Hello, people, and welcome to ProUp Masterclass. My name is Tola Alabi, and in today's class, I'm going to be talking about people and the people you need in your life. A couple of days, I was talking to a young lady, and she kind of expressed her nature as an introvert and how this has put her in a position where she doesn't have that many friends, if any friends at all. And she's not the first person, I've spoken to like this. There are quite a number of people that I know that claim to be introverted. You understand? And not claim, they are actually introverted, but they this has come at the cost of human company. You understand? They really cannot point to any friend in their life, anyone who they are close to. And for me, it's pretty unfortunate because I I really see introverts as the world's best kept treasures. You understand? In the sense that, you know, I communicate with people a lot, and I realize that I enjoy when I talk to introverted people. It's like they have a treasure of ideas and philosophies and worldviews in their head that when I talk to them, they always leave me thinking. And I always feel it's unfortunate that they don't share those ideas more. Well, it's a two-way thing. Maybe the reason why those ideas are so rich is because they've gone under a lot of pressure in the head, and they've been purified, and they've chewed on it, and they refined it a lot. And by the time it comes out, it comes out really, 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 really deep and really refined. Well, but where I'm going right now is the need for people, because I realize that a lot of, the more westernized the world is getting, the more people are taught that you do not really need um, human human touch in your life. You don't need the human being anymore, because that's the Western world. The Western world is one of isolation. You understand? So you can live alone in any Western country for years, and your neighbor wouldn't know what you look like. You understand? You can order food and it will get delivered to your house. You don't have to see the delivery person. You can subscribe for TV stations. You can work from home. You can watch TV on the internet. You can order your clothes. you know you you don't have to interact with the human being. So the typical Westerner lives a very isolated life. And that's why when you see people immigrate from Nigeria to the UK or to the US or to Canada, one of the biggest things they struggle with is this feeling of loneliness, this feeling of isolation. Um, and because it's a Western thing, you understand, to isolate the human being. But the isolated human being is an endangered human being, because we do need people in our lives, and but we don't need everybody. That's the reality. We don't need 500 people in our life, 200 people in your life. I'm going to talk about six major people that you need in your life. And some of this, when I'm going to talk about these six major people, one person can be three of these people. You understand? One person can be two. It's very hard to find one person be all six. I've never met someone like that. But then it kind of tells me that you need at least um, three or four major people in your life. But I'm going to go through what I feel the attributes of the people you need in your life should be. And I want you to listen closely. And the reality, I want you to keep this in mind. When I talk about these people in your life, I'm talking about real people, people you can actually access and talk to on the phone, have conversation, hear their voice. They know you, you know them. They know your name, you know their name. There's a, there is an avenue to see them and to meet with them. You understand? And what I'm trying to say is that the realer they are, the better. So I'm not talking about online people. I'm not talking about online people. So I really want to emphasize that here. I'm not talking about online friends. I'm talking about friends. You might meet them online, but you want to take them off that online to make them real life friends and real life people in your life. You understand? So a lot of people feel I have friends now. I have like 2,000 people on Instagram. Those are not your friends. You understand? They are IP addresses. You understand what I'm saying? You don't. I'm talking about real life people. So you need. There are 6 real life people that you need in your life, and I'm just going to go through them very quickly. The first type of people you need in your life are teachers. You need teachers or a teacher. You understand? Everybody needs teachers because teachers help you to understand the world that you are in. And I'm not just going to say they help you to understand the world you are in, they help you to understand your world, your own world. So when I say teachers, a lot of people will think maybe school teachers and stuff. No, no, no. Those teachers help you to understand the world. The kind of person you need as a teacher is someone that helps you to understand your own world, your unique world. And this is why I started out by saying these people need to know you. You understand? They can't be virtual. They can't be someone I follow that has 6 million followers and I'm just one of the 6 million followers. My teacher is someone. No, 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 no. You can be learning from such people, but I'm talking about a teacher that knows you as Tola. You understand? And you know as whoever the person, whatever the person's name is, someone that can help you understand your world, someone that can help you see your world, someone that can help you see your options in your world, the options that are presented to you in your world, someone that can make sense of your world and help you to make sense of your world. You need teachers. You need teachers. Teachers are people that open your eyes. You understand? They open your eyes to see color, to see how colorful your world is, to understand what color is what color. You understand? Teachers are very important. They're the first set of people that I feel everyone needs in their life. So when you say you don't have people in your life, it means you don't have a teacher. And people that don't have teachers don't even understand their world. The world is a jumble of mess. You understand? Just a jumble. It's an entanglement. And you need someone that can help you untangle that mess. You understand? Untangle it day by day. So they make things clearer. So they help you to understand. Very important that you have teachers. You can start with a teacher, someone that when you talk to, it just seems like your world makes more sense to you. Every time you talk to them, just an aspect of your world just seems like it makes more sense and it just seems more beautiful. They might not help you to see your world at once, but one little area of your world at once. You understand? One little real estate of your world at once. You need teachers. The second type of people you need in your life are advisors. Advisors. A lot of people confuse teachers for advisors. They are very different. Teachers help you see your world and help you see the options in your world. Advisors help you choose. Advisors help you choose your options. Do you understand? So advisors are able to help you make choices because choices are very important in life. You might have all the options, but then where confusion comes in people's lives is not knowing what option to go for. Advisors are so important. It doesn't matter how colorful your life is. You must know what color to use per time. You understand? So you need an advisor, someone that helps you to choose. So advisors give direction. They help you to go a particular path. So you need advisors, someone you can turn to in times when you need to make choices between 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things. You need someone who can advise you, someone who you can turn to and say, what do you think I should do in this situation? Don't confuse your advisor for your teacher because sometimes your teacher is not able to advise you. You understand? Because the teacher wants to open your eyes, the advisor wants is able to focus on each path in your life and say, based on who you are, I feel this path might help you better. This might be more productive for you. So you need advisors. You need teachers, you need advisors. The third set of people that you need in your life, that everyone needs, are encouragers. Encouragers. We need encouragers, and encouragers help you to continue. They help you to go on. So those are those people in your life that help you to see yourself as valuable, help you to see yourself as beautiful, help you to see yourself as intelligent, help you to see yourself as worthwhile. You need encouragers. A lot of times, in a functional home, encouragers mostly are your family members. If you grew up in a functional home, not a dysfunctional home, and it's unfortunate that there are a lot of dysfunctional homes out there. As a matter of fact, they are getting more than functional homes. So a lot of people do not encounter encouragers till much later in their lives. Encouragers are very important. Most people, I mean, back in the day, it was a lot of people. Their first encouragers was either their mom or their dad, or their older brother or sister or stuff like that. But now you don't hear that as much anymore. In fact, you find out that they are broken by these people that should have been encouragers, and you find out that people start meeting their first encouragers in their 20s, sometimes in their 30s. It's highly unfortunate, you understand? But you need encouragers in your life. People that they don't need to understand what you're doing, but they see the beauty in you, and they're more focused about, do you want to do that? Go ahead and do that. I might not understand it, but I understand you, and I trust you. And I trust you'll be fine doing that. Encouragers, very important. Um, I you know I remember when I started doing graphic design, it was not very popular in Nigeria. When I started doing graphic design over about 20 years ago, it was not a popular career. So a lot of people did not understand it. They didn't understand the application, they didn't understand the software, they didn't understand the technicalities. So unlike now, where the average person knows about design softwares and things like that, when you say Photoshop is now an English word now. So they say, oh, it has been photoshopped. When I started, it wasn't an English word. It was the name of a software. You understand? So it had no dictionary use. But so when they say, oh, I would need to use Photoshop for people, what does that mean? You understand? But now, but then when I was doing it, a lot of people did not understand the context of what I was doing. So I was doing graphic design and web and multimedia, and people didn't understand it then because they were so used to that static way of working, that template cut out way of doing graphics. You understand? So they didn't understand graphics per se. But I had some people, even though they didn't understand it, they were still able to encourage me to continue to do this thing I was doing. You understand? They were still able to say, well, this thing makes you happy, continue doing it. And they say, what's that thing you do again? That thing you do. Whatever you do, just continue to do it. I think you're doing well at it. You understand? I think you have chosen right. They were encouragers. Even though they didn't understand the subject matter, they loved me and just wanted to see me happy. So you need those people in your life, people that encourage you about being you. You understand? About being you. They always take you back to who you are. Despite your failures, despite your challenges, despite your shortcomings, they always go back to who you are. And they encourage you based on who they know you are. So encouragers, very important. The fourth set of people you need are validators. Validators. And validators, how are they different from encouragers? Encouragers help you to continue. Validators help you to believe. Encouragers are focused on you as a person, despite your mistakes, despite your shortcomings. They might not understand the subject matter or what you are doing. Validators focus on the subject matter, what you are doing, and they are telling you are doing the right thing. So they're not much about you. You understand? They're about what you are doing, and like what you are doing makes sense. So to those are the people that understand the Photoshop, they understand the graphic design, and like this is good design. This is good design. It's good. I'm telling you, it's good. Go ahead with it. You understand? So it's not out of love for you per se. It's out of understanding and love for what you are doing. And they're like, you can't stop doing this thing right now. You need to continue doing it because it is good and it is going somewhere and it makes a lot of sense. You understand? So they are more interested in the subject matter. They're around you. They're interested in the subject matter. They, and for me, even at this stage, I still need validators. Every time I record a podcast, there's something about me that says, did it make sense? Will people connect? And I have some people in my life that are validators. They're able to listen to and that made sense. It made a lot of sense, and this was this and this and this were the things you said that made so much sense. And you need validators. They help you to believe. Because a lot of times you can get disillusioned when you're doing stuff and you begin to think, is it really doing anything? Is it really adding anything? Am I really doing it well? You understand? You need those validators. You need validators in your life. Everyone needs validators in your life, especially when it comes to your career life. Very important. Sometimes in relationships, you need validators because you can be in a relationship, and I talk about a romantic relationship with someone, and you just begin to only see what's not good about them. The flaws and things. You can begin to get disillusioned, and you need someone that can come and tell you, yeah, you made the right choice. Yeah, you made the right choice. This person is the right person for you. I think your relationship is going better than you think. Your career is going better than you think. Your life is going better than you think. Your parenting, you're doing it better than you think. You understand? They're able to validate the activities in your life. The fifth set of people that you need in your life are reminders. Reminders are so important, but we underestimate the value of a reminder in your life. A reminder, people that remind you, they are so important. I find them so important in my life, and these are people that help you remember. They help you remember. I remember when I did that ProUp Masterclass, and I was putting it off for a long time because I was scared. I was scared to put myself out there. I was scared to put myself out there. I was scared of how people were going to receive that. It started off as a YouTube channel. So I was scared of how people were going to receive me, how I looked on camera, I was scared. I was insecure about a lot of things. But I'd shared this idea of Pro Masterclass with a friend of mine, and I remember one early morning around 5 a.m. I just saw a message from him, a text message, and at this point, I put off Pro Masterclass for about, I think, 6 months, and I said I'm going to start, but 6 months later, I had not done anything, and I had one conversation with him 6 months earlier, and he said, "What about this thing that you said you wanted to start 6 months ago?" That was all the message said. Don't forget that thing you said you wanted to start. You need to start. He reminded me of what the conversation we had 6 months ago. Very important to have reminders. People can say, what about that thing you discussed that you said you wanted to do? What about that thing you said you wanted to, put your money in? What about that person you said you wanted to help? What about that program you said you wanted to start up? You understand that kind of thing? That event you said you were going to, you need people that remind you. Because in this world of distraction, we forget what we set out to do very easily. Even in the mundane things, the daily things, they don't even need to be grand things like starting a YouTube channel or starting a podcast. Just what about that cup of water you said you're going to get? You understand? The world is full of distractions, so we get stopped in our tracks very easily. I can't tell you how many times I set out to do something, and 1 hour later, I'm like, what did I set out to do? What did I pick my phone for again? And I can't remember. You need reminders so much in your life today. You understand, to keep you on track. We need them so much. So reminders. Those are the fifth people. The sixth set of people that I feel people need are Vulnerable people, vulnerable people, vulnerable, and I call these people communicators. Vulnerable people, I call them communicators. And these are the people that help you feel human. Communicators, they are so important. They help you feel human. They help you feel like you are normal and you are not insane and you are not you are, you are not an exception to the norm and to life. And these are people that are able to tell you what is going on in their life and how it's going on in their life. And they are not going to edit it or sweeten it up. Oh, these people are so important. It's so refreshing talking to them because they are so open, they are so real, they are so truthful about their lives. Vulnerable people, they are vulnerable with their life, they're able to bear it all. Um, and when you listen to them, they're like, oh man, I'm going through that too. I feel that way too. They're able to tell you things they are working on and where they are. These people are very few and far between in today's world where everybody's lying about how well they are doing in their lives. Vulnerable people are so, so, so important. Um, and I've been blessed with a number of vulnerable people, you understand, that I've met over the years. Um, there's a young lady in my mentoring club who is refreshingly vulnerable. She's able to talk about her her life, and when she sends me a voice note, that voice note can be 1 hour, but when I listen to it, it feels like 20 minutes. You understand? Because she's that real. She's that real with what's going on in her life and what's happening and where she's at, and she's able to say, "Oh, I messed up with this. I didn't do this well, and when I was young, I did." They are very open. You understand? They are very open, and so because they are open, they are good communicators. It's not about their command of English; it's about um their their honesty with their lives. And I realized that's what communication is about. It's about being real. It's about being real. A lot of people, being a good communicator is not about taking a Toastmasters course. No, it's about being able to be a master in talking about what's going on in your life as honestly as possible. It's great to be honest. You need to be honest. One thing I've come to realize from interacting with people is um, women are better communicators than men are. Men are very guarded. So when I talk to a lot of um, male people, they are very guarded. They're not vulnerable. Guys are scared to be vulnerable. They see vulnerability as a weakness, and it's how the society has made men. And that's why we have a lot of pent up pressure, internal pressure inside us as men, and it's not good for us as human beings. I realize that women are more vulnerable. They are able to bear it all. They're able to articulate what's on their mind with words. That's why a lot of men are not really good with words, but women from time have been able to articulate and have been able to use the words that best reflect what it is they are going through in their lives. So we need vulnerable people in our lives, people that can make you realize that your life is not so out of balance. It's not what's happening to you is not so unusual. It has happened to them before. It's currently happening to them. It's always good to have vulnerable people around you. I have one male friend that is very vulnerable. When I talk to him, it's always like he's able to bear it all and just tell me how things are in his life, and he inspires me to bear it all too and tell him how things are in my own life. So vulnerability is so important. So you need these six people in your life. You need teachers, you need advisors, you need encouragers, you need validators, you need reminders, and you need vulnerable people. You need them in your life. So no matter how introverted you are, never be so introverted that you lock these people out of your life. If you can have these six people and no other person in your life, then that's fine. As I said, you don't need 600 people. You need these six people. You understand? You need these six people. And as I said, some people act as advisors and encouragers. Some people act as reminders, and they're also vulnerable people to you. So you know, but you would hardly find one person encapsulate all. Um, and I think very importantly, you are one of these things to someone too, and that's why as an introvert, not only do you need people to help you with teach to help in teaching you, advising you, encouraging you, validating you, reminding you, and being vulnerable with you. You also have people in your life that need you, or people in the world that need you to be one or more of these things to them too. And one thing I really want to establish, I'm not talking about online. I'm not talking about your online community or your social media following, because the truth is that what I realize is that social media and the social media versions of these people are most times the venomous versions of these people. So if you're a Spider-Man fan, and you know the Spider-Man and its Venom is everything bad about that Spider-Man costume. Everything bad. You understand? That's what Venom is. But Spider-Man in himself is like everything good. So what I realized is the online versions of who we call teachers um are normally um the corrupted versions of this beautiful word called a teacher. So a lot of times when I see people that say, "Oh, I have a teacher online," what they have is a gloater. You understand? And you don't need gloaters in your life. And who's a gloater? Someone that always talks about their victories and how they are doing things better than you and how their life is better than you. And there are so many gloaters out there that are gloating, but using it as, using it as a form of teaching. So they are gloating, but they are gloating. You understand? So when they are teaching you how to do something, what they are trying to do, maybe they want to teach you how to, cook or do stuff. What they are trying to do is show you their kitchen and how great and big their kitchen is and what they use and how they use foreign ingredients rather than local ingredients. I say, oh, my family doesn't use this. Oh, we use imported cheese from this to make our own bread. So we try to get imported cheese because that's what my children can eat. You understand? And before you know it, you think you're learning, but after you go away from them, you kind of feel like your life is subpar. You understand? So they don't allow you to understand and see your own life. What you see is their own life. So they are teaching you to live their lives, but they are gloaters. You don't need gloaters. Gloaters leave you feeling bad about your life, not understanding your own life or seeing your own options clearly. What they want you to see is their own life as the only option. Um, you know, Advisors, the online version of advisors are normally people who you never sought their advice, but then they are telling you how to manage a relationship with your husband, how to, how to, what to choose when you have to spend between two things, because they will tell you what they would choose. You understand? So they are very opinionated. They give you advice without understanding your situation. So they become highly opinionated. So their view automatically to them becomes a global view. And that's what I try to tell people when they take advice from people that don't know their situation and don't understand them. So you're taking advice from an American who is telling you to do something in a particular way and telling you not to care because you have freedom of speech, and you are your own person, you can do whatever you want, but then you live in a society that really doesn't encourage freedom of speech, and where people really judge you by what you do, how you dress, what you say. You understand? You need to be careful. And I see too many African people take advice from Western people, and they take it because it's coming from the Western world, it's global standard. No, it isn't. Because those people do not really understand what applies here. They don't truly understand. So can they really help you to make the best choice? Not really. They can't really help you to make the best choice. They can't really help you to choose between two things and choose the best thing, because they don't really understand what your value system is, what your environment is. They don't understand what it is to be black and African. You understand? So you need to be careful about who your advisors are. and you should be able to see yourself a little bit in your advisor, not just a little bit, a lot in your advisor. You understand? So you need to be careful about those online advisors that have no idea what's going on in your own part of the world. Um, when it comes to encouragers and validators, a lot of times what you have as the online version are flatterers and groupies. It's so easy because I realize that a lot of people on social media, um, there are two extremes. Some people just are just terribly nasty, and there are also the people that are um, just nice by default. So everything, before they can even analyze anything, they're already encouraging you. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, boss, boss, boss. Fire emoji, fire emoji. Oh, you look so good. You look so great. Social media is such a terrible place that even when you're going the wrong direction, you always have people cheering you on. You understand? You always have those people that are flattering you, and just they're just groupies, just telling you because they just want to be in your good space. You understand? They want to be in your good space. So they're never telling you the truth. They are validating those things that you shouldn't be doing, those things you should drop. They are validating it. Those things you shouldn't be saying, they are telling you, oh, great, great, you should be saying it, but they really didn't listen to it. Some people just like your they just like your content even before even looking at it. They've already committed a like. They don't even know what you said. You understand? They just like. They just see your photo, and maybe under the photo, you just try doing it once. Put up a photo, and under it just write something. Oh, I'm so sad right now. You just see someone just put it like there. You understand? Because they're not reading the caption. You understand? Because they are just by default encouraging, supporting, validating. They validate everything they see. You understand? So you need to be careful of those flatterers and groupies. Um, the online versions of reminders, people who help you remember, are scab openers. People who help you never forget. And there's a difference between helping you remember and helping you to never forget. They will help you never forget your shortcomings. Help you never forget that you said something last year, and right now you are doing something a little bit differently. They help you never forget. I say, are you not the same person that embarrassed themselves on this? There are so many on social media. They have a file on all your dirt. You understand, and all your failures and all your shortcomings. So they pull it out. They'll pull it out for you once it seems they're making progress. Is this not the same person? Is this not the same person that goofed 2 years ago? There are so many of them. They are the opposite of reminders. They're not the opposite of reminders. They are the toxic versions of reminders. They don't remind you of those good things you intend to do. They remind you of those terrible things you did. They remind you of who you were yesterday. That is a that was an incomplete form of who you are today, and they keep putting it out there. You understand? So you don't need those people. And vulnerable people, their online versions are probably the most dangerous, at least for me. And those are the complainers. You understand? They can come out around as pseudo vulnerable, but what they do is that they're always complaining. And what's the difference? These people always have someone to blame. It's never their fault. So they're not being vulnerable, they're just always reporting somebody and how somebody did something to put them in the situation they are in. So they are complainers. You really want to do away with these people, and there are so many of them in Nigeria always complaining about something terrible, something wrong about the country, something terrible that happened to their neighbor, that is wrong about something in the country. You understand? And when you listen to complainers a lot, they can drain your energy the fastest. From all these people, gloaters, opinionated people, flatterers, scab openers, the complainers are the people that can really kill you slowly. They are the cyanide. You understand? They give you small doses every day. Before you know it, they've killed your energy, killed your zeal, killed your hope, disillusioned you, and you don't see things normally anymore. So you don't want to have the online version of these people. You need those real people in your lives. the teachers, the advisors, the encouragers, the validators, the reminders, and the vulnerable. And I really hope someone out there today is able to listen to this podcast and is able to accommodate in their lives these people. And I think even beyond that, you're able to be one of these people in someone else's life.